bạn bóng ôn ní cứ chỉ cái lạnh trong cái để dương tra mơ hai có chia video trong cái bị phum trả đôi kia đại bạn ba cái lạnh ní cứ chỉ cái lạnh bật bó hai nâng cái nát chẳng tế đầm bay đằng thà ta bó nơi ní bật tranh bị ấy hai nâng kịp bật đời được biệt ná to dương thì chụp cho môi nó bộc lực từng ngọc nè.
26 years. Okay. 2 bedrooms up. The parents' bedroom was in the back, and the baby would sleep back there. And then this would be an extension of their kitchen. Over the years, they came and went. Restoration took over about 1968, 69. We turned it into a weaver's building because it was just an empty home, right? All our buildings are original. When you walk through the village, this is the actual village. Nothing was recreated. So we brought our weaver in here. When we shear our sheep, now we have new sheep this year, but they didn't get sheared because they were born in March, so we had our from last year. This is what it looks like. It's pretty gross, you know? So what we do is we wash that in a temperate water, mild detergent, baby detergent, sensitive. We soak it for 20 minutes and then we keep soaking it every 20 minutes and draining it.
Bạn muốn bên mừng hànhในការផលិតអំបោះកាត់បានប្រាប់យើងតាក់ទងនឹងប្រវត្តិផ្ទះនេះហើយនឹងគ្រួសារដែលបានរស់នៅក្នុងផ្ទះនេះផ្ទះនេះគឺជាផ្ទះ original តាំងពីគេមកស្នាក់នៅដំបូងម្លេះបាទហើយផ្ទះនេះគឺត្រូវបានទុកចោលនៅឆ្នាំ1962អញ្ចឹងហើយដោយសារតែឃើញថាអត់មានប្រជាជនអត់មានមនុស្សរស់នៅទៀតក៏គេបានរៀបចំផ្ទះនេះទៅជាកន្លែងផលិតអំបោះហើយនឹងកន្លែងតម្បាញអញ្ចឹងទៅរហូតមកដល់បច្ចុប្បន្នបាទបន្ទាប់ពីកាត់បានរៀបរាប់ពីប្រវត្តិរបស់ផ្ទះនេះរួចមកក៏កាត់បានបង្ហាញទាក់ទងនឹងការផលិតអំបោះបាទហើយនៅសម័យនោះអំបោះគឺគេផលិតចេញពីរោងជាមហើយទាក់ទងនឹងការផលិតអំបោះពីរោងជាមនេះដែរគឺវាមានភាពសុខស្មាញបន្តិចបាទព្រោះដោយសារតារយៈពេលនៃការផលិតនឹងគឺមានរយៈពេលយូរបាទអញ្ចឹងបន្ទាប់ពីគេកាត់រូបជាមកហើយគេត្រូវធ្វើការត្រាំទឹកតាមរយៈការកំណត់របស់គេអញ្ចឹងណាអញ្ចឹងគេមានទឹកទី1ទឹកទី2អញ្ចឹងទៅបាទបន្ទាប់ពីត្រាំទឹកហាលឲ្យស្ងួតរួចហើយគេក៏ចាប់ផ្ដើមយកវាមកផលិតចេញជាសំបោះឥឡូវនេះរូបភាពដែលយើងកំពុងតែឃើញហ្នឹងវីដេអូដែលយើងកំពុងតែទស្សនាហ្នឹងគឺកាត់ចាប់ផ្ដើមប្រើច្រាស2ដើម្បីទាញបោះពីរោមជាមណាព្រោះដល់ពេលដែលលាងទឹករួចគឺវាមានភាពជាពាក់ស្មុគស្មាញចាក់ស្រេះគ្នាអញ្ចឹងទៅអញ្ចឹងដើម្បីឲ្យវាបានជាអំបោះហើយនឹងវាមើលទៅវាចង់និយាយថាវាតម្រៀបគ្នាល្អគេត្រូវប្រើច្រាស2ដើម្បីសិតវាឲ្យវាស្របគ្នាអញ្ចឹងណាហើយច្រាសហ្នឹងគឺសរសៃច្រាសគឺជាសរសៃដែកបាទសរសៃដែកឆ្មាតូចអញ្ចឹងទៅអញ្ចឹងបន្ទាប់ពីកាត់សិតរួចហើយគេមូលជាដុំហើយបន្ទាប់ជាមួយជាដុំហើយគេទាញវាឲ្យคล้ายជាសរសៃបន្តិចទៅដើម្បីល្វីចូលទៅក្នុងនេះកង់ល្វីនេះបាទគេប្រើដើម្បីមូលជាអំបោះតែម្ដងទៅបាទហើយក្នុងការមូលជាអំបោះនេះដែរការមូលទី1គឺលក្ខណៈជាសរសៃតូចបាទសរសៃតូចគឺអត់សូវស្វិតទេមានលក្ខណៈផុយស្រួយចឹងណាអញ្ចឹងដើម្បីឲ្យវាបានស្វិតល្អបន្ទាប់គេមូលជាសរសៃមួយហើយគេចាប់ដើមបត់វាជា2វិញស្ពិនវាជា2ទៅដើម្បីឲ្យវាស្វិតជាងមុនអញ្ចឹងនៅពេលដែលវាមានសរសៃស្វិតហើយនេះគេយកទៅធ្វើជាមួកចាក់ជាមួកចាក់ជាខោអាវអីវាអាចទៅចាប់បានយូរអញ្ចឹងណាបាទអញ្ចឹងទេដើម្បីកាត់ច្បាស់យើងទៅស្ដាប់កាត់ជាបន្តទៀត
2 ply. Now we can knit because you've got the twist.
One's going.
One, they're both going this way. Because when I originally started, I go clockwise. That won't work. If you put 3 balls, you're still not going to have any strength to it. It'll just break. So we do that. We make hats with our yarn, but we do not weave with it. So if you come in the back to see the looms,
បន្ទាប់ពីបានបោះហើយតោះយើងទៅមើលការតម្បាញវិញម្ដង
They were within Nova Scotia during our time period, not within the village, but within Nova Scotia. Each one has 520 threads on the very back. It's called your warp thread. We put pieces of wood, thin pieces, to keep the thread separated. You have 520 threads. The last thing you need is to get a knot back there. So we put those back there. Now, when we thread it, this is where your pattern goes here. These are my harnesses. These are my heddles. Each heddle has an eye. And the pattern will tell you what color thread, through what heddle, connected to what harness. All these harnesses correspond with my petals. Just a different combination is what we use. This takes a day and a half to thread. We just finished it. We just actually started that one today. A day and a half to do. So you need to make sure that you're going to be okay with it.
Yeah.
So when we're here, this is my shuttle. This is my bobbin. These are my harnesses. Tiny pedal 1 and 3. Push it up. See my space? And I need thread 4 because this is getting too tight now to pull in. So that is 1 and 3. 2 and 3. 2 and 4. The only reason I'm pushing it through is because I need to bring some thread forward. 2 and 4. And this is 1 and 4. Okay? Now, I need to finish on this side all the time to start my pattern. If I finish over here, I've made a mistake. You can go back out the way you came in and undo it. Okay?
Oh, okay.
But that's how we always finish my set. I have to be on this side. And I've had days where I'm over here and I'm like, okay, and you just go back, keep going
Just
back
take
to
it back,
and do it.
yeah. Okay.
You know, so we have a white bobbin here. So I'm going to be doing the white twill with the blue. See? This is white.
Yeah.
When I put my blue in,
You're doing the darker one.
I'll pick it up. It's all about your petals and the threads. For each 2 petals, 2 different harnesses, which means a whole different layer of thread comes down, okay? So we do a bolt at a time. There's, as I said, 520 threads on there. So we do 1 bolt at a time. Excuse me, in the summer it takes a month or more because we're doing demonstrations. But here's where everything is, up here. If you don't get your space, see my 1? See how it's sloped? I'm not going to have my space, so I have to try and bring it up, grab them all together again, shake them around,
Okay.
and then you get your space. Now, if I'm going to change a bobbin, I would break that thread, about here, doesn't matter. My last 2 petals are 1 and 4, so I break it, I bring it down here, I pull it up,
Okay.
then I go to my next 2 petals, which is 1 and 3, and I weave over. We don't knot anything. Knots in cotton will cause you to have a hole. So what we do is, this is all getting cut off. It'll get cut right off level because we've overwoven everything.
Right.
So it's locked in there. So that's what we do. And here it's great fun. It can be this here now, this thread here. That started way back there. It's a broken thread.
Oh.
So I had to pull it through my heddle, bring it up here. And now when I'm done, I'm going to have to cut that and darn a little bit of that in because it's a broken thread.
Right, because it's
And
not.
and I can't weave over it
right.
because it's broke.
Right.
So
okay.
I usually have a pin in here to wrap this around, but the pin came out. So something like that is a bit different, and you know, because it's really, really long. So now I'll show you a bolting.
That's nice.
Now, what I'll show you is, see the bobbin here we put in? You put like a bright color and a pink. When you thread it, you put those in when you first start to weave, because if you made a mistake in your threading, it's going to show up in here. Other than that, it'll show up when you get going. So we always do a whole block all the way down with 2 colors, and it will show us if we did it right. You want to pick it up here and not back here.
Right, okay.
So we just took that off, and that's the color.
Right.
We just put this one on. We have red on this one, but we had one mistake, and you see it right away. There was a white thread through the wrong heddle, and it stuck right out. And we were like, white thread. You pull it back. Just put
បាទ
it
ពុកម៉ែបងប្អូនអញ្ចឹងតេតទៅនឹងការផលិតកណាត់នៅទីនេះគឺអត់មានអីខុសគ្នាពីនៅស្រុកយើងទេនៅអាទិសង្គរបងប្អូនអាចធ្លាប់បានទៅទស្សនានៅអាទិសង្គរគឺដូចគ្នាការរៀបចំកៃតម្បាញការចងពុំការជ្រលក់ពើហើយនឹងរបៀបនៃការ design ម៉ូដកណាត់គឺដូចគ្នាបែបបិទទាំងម្ដងអ្វីដែលខុសគ្នាគឺគុណភាពអំបោះដោយសារនៅអាទិសង្ឃយើងប្រើអំបោះដែលផលិតចេញពីតកៅនាងប៉ុន្តែនៅទីនេះគឺប្រើអំបោះដែលផលិតចេញពីរោមជាមអញ្ចឹងខុសគ្នាតែប៉ុណ្្នឹងទេក្រៅពីហ្នឹងគឺដូចគ្នាទាំងអស់ទាំងម្ដងបាទអញ្ចឹងវីដេអូនេះគឺសូមបញ្ចប់តែប៉ុណ្្នឹងអរគុណច្រើនពុកម៉ែបងប្អូនដែលបានតាមដានទស្សនាតាំងពីភាគ1រហូតដល់ភាគបញ្ចប់ហើយយើងនឹងជួបគ្នាវីដេអូក្រោយៗជាបន្តទៀតចេញពីប្រទេសកាណាដាសូមអរគុណសូមជម្រាបលា